Hello dear student, I welcome to all. I am Dr. Ashok Yeole, Assistant Professor from Department of Zoology, KTHM College, Nasik. I would like to teach you a Zoology Paper 1 named Animal Diversity Part 1 and the subject code is Z0111. In today's presentation, we discuss an important topic, Kingdom Protista. Under this topic, we focus on topic like introduction to Kingdom Protista and what are salient features or general characteristics of phylum Protozoa. So let us start from Kingdom Protista. As a five kingdom classification system, Kingdom Protista is broadly classified into three categories. Kingdom Protista having three categories, that is plant-like protist, animal-like protist and fungus-like protist. Kingdom Protista include both organism, that is unicellular as well as multicellular. Unicellular organisms like animal-like protist and fungus-like protist, while unicellular as well as multicellular organisms like plant-like organism. So, Kingdom Protista include both unicellular as well as multicellular organism. Now, we discuss plant-like protist. Plant-like protists are photosynthetic organism, means they are able to prepare their own food, so they are called as autotrophic organism. Plant-like protists include unicellular as well as multicellular organism. Unicellular organisms like Euglena, diatoms and dinoflagellate, while multicellular organisms like alga, kelp and Irish moss. So there are many examples, but in this slide showing some example. So plant-like protists are unicellular or multicellular and mostly they are autotrophic organism. Now we turn to animal-like protist. Animal-like protists are the organisms, they are unicellular organism, microscopic organism, and these organisms are kept in a single large group, and the group of organisms are called as Protozoa. Protozoa is one of the most important phylum of non-chordate animal. It includes non-chordate animal. What is meant by non-chordate? Non-chordate means the animal in which the vertebral column is absent. It is also called as invertebrate animal or non-chordate animal, and non-chordate animal or invertebrate animal are classified into 9 different phylum. So phylum Protozoa is a considering phylum of non-chordate animal or invertebrate animal. So protozoan animals are heterotrophic organism. They are unable to prepare their own food, so called heterotroph organism. It includes single cell organisms like amoeba, paramecium, trypanosoma, plasmodium. So many examples are also exist on the earth. So they included in phylum Protozoa. Then fungus-like protists. They are heterotroph, but commonly they are saprotrophic organism. Saprotrophic organism means they grow on dead and decay organism. Mostly these organisms are grow in the form of mycelium, so they can obtain their food from dead and decay organisms, so they are called as saprotrophic organism. For example, slim mold or water mold. So this slide shows broad classification of Kingdom Protista. Now what are phylum Protozoa introduction? See, phylum Protozoa, as I said, it is a phylum of non-chordate animal. All these animals having absence of vertebral column, means vertebral column or notochord is absent in these animals, so they are placed in Non-chordate are invertebrate animal. Again, they classify in a specific phylum called as Protozoa. Protozoa means it is a group of primitive animal. Large group of unicellular eukaryotic animal include protozoan animal. Generally what we observe, cells are two types, that is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Prokaryotic cell, true nucleus is absent and it is also called as bacterial cell, while in eukaryotic cell, true nucleus is present, for example plant cell or animal cell. So protozoan animal include eukaryotic cell, they having a true nucleus and single cell along with nucleus performing all the physiological functions of a cell. Then protozoa word is a Greek word. If we split the word protozoa, protos means first and zoon means animal. So protozoan were treated as first animal before the discovery of bacteria and other modern animal. Protozoan were first studied by Leeuwenhoek in 1677. Under the microscope, they observed the structure of protist animal. Later on, the term protozoa were coined by zoologist George Goldfuss in 1817. It is the largest group of animal. It includes more than 50,000 species which exist on the earth. As their nature of body, they are microscopic, they are present in abundant quantity on the earth. Here I mention some examples of protozoan animal, for example paramecium, euglena, amoeba and plasmodium. Now we turn to second important topic, that is general characteristics or silent features of phylum Protozoa. See, first characteristics, protozoans are microscopic organism, means they are visualized only under the microscope. We cannot see it with our naked eyes. They are microscopic organism. We need microscope for observing the structure of protozoan animal, and it is the first characteristics of phylum Protozoa. Second characteristics, they are unicellular, means they are made up of single nucleus, single cell. Mostly the unicellular organisms having a clear nucleus, and with the help of this nucleus in organization with a cell, they perform all the functions of their body. Third characteristics related to their habitat. Protozoan animals occurs in two different forms of life. Either they are free living or parasitic life. In water they are free living, while on the earth or on a soil they behave like a parasitic mode of life, either ectoparasite or endoparasite. Whenever they survive in free mode of life, they are always having a medium like water, but whenever they exist on earth or in the form of soil, so they occurs or they survive the parasitic mode of life. Whenever they occurs on the body of host, they are called as ectoparasite, and whenever they present in the body of host and obtain their food, they are called as endoparasite. So some of the protist animal ectoparasite and some of them are endoparasite. So protozoan organism occurs in both forms, that is free living as well as parasitic. Protozoan animal, whenever they are survive as single or alone, or sometimes they live in a colony. Suppose some organism live in a single form, so they are called as solitary organism, while whenever the group of protist animals live in a group, So they are called as colonial animal. So protozoan animal occurs in solitary form as well as colonial form, means they survive alone in the environment as well as they survive in the form of group of organism. Then next characteristics, body shape. As I said, they are microscopic and exist in numerous quantity. Their shape is irregular. Some of the protozoan animals having oval shape, some of them are rounded in shape, some of them showing rectangular or elongated, means there is a variation in a shape of cell of a protozoan animal. But generally what we use word, that is the shape of protozoan animal is irregular. Irregular means it is not definite. Then locomotion. Locomotion means the movement of organism from one place to another place, and that is called as locomotion. So in case of protozoan animal, we can see a very interesting phenomenon of locomotion. Some of the protozoan animal having a special locomotory organ like pseudopodia or flagella or cilia, while some protozoan animal do not have any locomotory organ. So this slide shows animal like paramecium, their body covers with many hair-like structure called as cilia, and this cilia is called as locomotory organ, and with the help of this cilia they can locomote from one place to another place. While animals like amoeba sail externally showing finger-like projections, and these finger-like projections are called as pseudopodia, and these pseudopodia such an animal used for locomotion, while the animals like euglena having a special tail-like, hair-like organ, and it is called as flagellum, and with the help of zigzag motion of this flagellum, such an organism move from one place to another place. But in some protists like plasmodium, they don't have such a locomotory organ, but they can move from one place to another place by the process of gliding movement. So in such a way, some of the protists having locomotory organ and some do not have such a locomotory organ, but they show locomotion, that is move from one place to another place. Then protozoan animal showing two different type of nutrition, that is holozoic nutrition and saprozoic nutrition or parasitic nutrition, we can say. Holozoic type of nutrition is a nutrition like animal, means in which occurs 5 important steps, that is ingestion, that is intake of food in the cell, second digestion, conversion of simple food into complex food, while absorption of digested food, assimilation and egestion, that is removal of nitrogenous waste from the body. So these 5 steps occurs, then we say it is a holozoic type of nutrition. So some protozoan animals like paramecium, we observe such a holozoic type of nutrition, while some of the protozoan animals showing saprozoic or parasitic mode of life. Saprozoic means they grow on dead and decay matter, while parasitic means they live or survive on the body of host or in the body of host and obtain their food. So in this way, the nutrition is again we observe in case of protozoan either holozoic or saprozoic or parasitic type. Now, in a single cell, watery fluid is there, and that watery fluid is called as cytoplasm. And this cytoplasm provides fluidity to the cell organelle present in a cell along with nucleus. But in case of protozoan animal, this cytoplasm is clearly divided into two fluid, that is ectoplasm and endoplasm. Ectoplasm is divide towards the periphery of the cell, while endoplasm is concentrated at the center. So there is a clear-cut division of ectoplasm and endoplasm of cytoplasm in case of protozoan animal. Mostly the protozoan animal have one nucleus, but some cases like paramecium, there is a presence of two different nuclei. One nuclei is larger in size, while another nuclei is smaller in size. Larger nuclei is called as meganucleus, while smaller nucleus is called as micronucleus. So, due to variation in nucleus, that is mega and micronucleus, such an organism showing sexual mode of reproduction like conjugation. In a conjugation, two different paramecium unite together, and after union they exchange their nuclear material and again get separated from each other and reproduces new organism bisexually. So these two types of nucleus present in single cell also are characteristics of protozoan animal. Now this point focus on reproduction. Reproduction means what? The one organism produce new organism which is similar to themselves. And reproduction occurs by two different ways, that is sexual as well as asexual. In asexual mode, single organism able to produce new organism, while in sexual two different organisms require for generating or producing new organism. In case of protozoan animal, both type of reproduction occurs. Asexual mode of reproduction by the process of binary fission or budding or sporulation, while sexual reproduction occurs by the process of conjugation. So in favorable condition, protozoan animal produce new organism by the process of asexual mode, while in a drastic condition they produce sexually new organism. Now respiration. What is respiration? Respiration is nothing but exchange of gases like O2 and CO2. So mostly organism inhale O2 and expel CO2. So the exchange of gases like O2 and CO2 in protozoan animal takes place by the process of diffusion. So diffusion is a physiological function in which the movement of substance from higher concentration to lower concentration. So such a diffusion or by the process of diffusion exchange of gases occurs in protozoan animal. And finally the excretion. Excretion means the removal of nitrogenous waste product from the body, and it is essential for the organism because whenever the ingestion takes place, there is a simultaneously excretion is important or egestion is important. So in case of protozoan animal, excretion takes place through body surface. Unicellular organism must regulate their internal fluid, and in case of protozoan animal, the special cell organelle called as contractile vacuole, and these contractile vacuoles are responsible for the process of excretion. So in this way we have seen or discussed different characteristics of phylum Protozoa. In exam, one question, write the general characteristics of phylum Protozoa. So at least you have to write 9 to 10 characteristics of phylum Protozoa. So thank you for watching my presentation. Next time again we will meet with new presentation. Thank you.